Smoke means they're burning files from after World War II. But get back to what I was saying. If 22% of the adult population is Catholic, this translates into about 56 million Catholic adults who are old enough to vote. Voting Catholics is a big part of politics in this country. And Catholics are definitely one of those groups who has a tendency to kind of go with the church politically. Um, there, I used to joke that Catholics were Shia Christians. I grew up Catholic, as I've said many times before. I'm no longer a practicing Catholic. But very, very, very devout Catholics, more often than not, will go with the church political. And for a long time, the Catholic Church in this country did a good job of not being overly political honestly, until JFK ran. And he was obviously the first Catholic president. And then they started to jump into politics more and more and more and more and more. And now, of course, you have people like Nancy Pelosi who say she's Catholic. Like you go to a Catholic church, it doesn't make you a Catholic. Biden was the same way. You go to a Catholic church, it doesn't make you Catholic. It's how you practice outside that church, right? That's what makes you the religion that you are. Um, it's like going into space for 8 minutes and calling yourself an astronaut. Oh, maybe that's not a good. No, actually, that's a perfect analogy. That is entirely a perfect analogy. Going somewhere once a week and hanging out for an hour and then leaving that church and never acting in all of the ways that you are learning about and say you're going to does not make you that religion. It just means that which is why I say I'm no longer a Catholic. I don't live by the Catholic lifestyle. I got away from it at a young age. Part of the problem, or part of the reason I got away from it, is I saw a lot of the problems in the Catholic Church that I'm hoping a new pope will start to address. So yeah, that's why I'm talking about the Catholicism on a political show. Is we have a large Catholic voter base here in America, and they have a tendency to go with the church, and that can sway elections, especially if they're close, like we've seen in the past. So who's up? Who is up for the next pope? In theory, you don't really know, and there's a lot of secrecy with the Catholic Church. I mean, they might already know, and for all I know, they're going to drag this out. But Jean-Marc Aveline, he's an archbishop from France, made cardinal in 2022. He's like Pope Francis, he's a progressive. Um, they liken him to Pope John Paul. I don't really ever think that Pope John Paul is overly progressive, but that's neither here nor